Welcome back to Wealthy Mentor Trading, everyone. Today is March the 13th, 2022. Today I'm going to be looking at 5 stocks that are on my radar this week. Names like Amazon, Chipotle, the tech sector, QQQ. I'm going to highlight some targets for that. GME reporting earnings on Friday, along with FedEx also reporting earnings on Friday. I'm also going to be taking a look at the S&P 500, where we left off last week, and what are my targets going into next week. We also do have the Fed meeting on Wednesday regarding the interest rate hike, so be aware of that going into the trading week. With that being said, guys, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you are interested in trading with us on our Discord channel, Wealthy Mentor Trading, we do have a 2-month $99 promo going on right now. The link is in the description. All the stocks that are going to be talked about today are traded on Wealthy Mentor Trading, whether it's a day trade, watch list, along with swing trading watch list, options callouts, market analysis, analyst upgrades, and the whole 9 yards. So be sure to check us out. The link is in the description. $99 for 2 months, and it's a great deal. That being said, I do have the S&P 500 chart open here. As you guys know from previous streams, that $4,300 area was that base for me to look at. And, we broke right through that. And now we bounced off that 4165 area before, again, closing bearish on Friday at that $4,200 area. And as you guys can see from the chart itself, it is a staircase pattern downwards, and that pattern continued last week, right? Closing at 4,200 is bearish. Going into next week, I do have that 4165 area that I'm going to be looking at. We did bounce off it here, last week, and we couldn't be able to break that $4,300 area, right? It was previous support, and now previous support turns to resistance, and it has been strong resistance. Multiple rejections here on the daily time frame has me looking towards that 4165 area this time around, right? If we can't hold it like last week, we can pretty much guarantee us dropping down to that 4115 area where we hit that 2 weeks ago and bounced from there. So there are 2 bounce areas that I'm going to be looking at, 4165 and 4115. Again, those are both bearish targets if we cannot hold 4200. I also have 4056 as my third target going into next week to the downside. Now to the upside, I am continuing to look at 4300 as that base resistance area, right? As I mentioned, it was previous support. Now we're looking above to that 4300 as an area that we need to break and get above. Okay, overall the market is bearish, and we do have that Wednesday Fed policy announcement regarding the interest rate hike. So be aware when we do have a Fed announcement, markets do trend sideways until that announcement is over with, along with Jay Powell's comments after that. And that's where most of the damage is done, and expect volatility around that time as well. So be sure to understand the market going into Monday, that we might get some sideways action leading up into the Wednesday Fed decision. All right. As I mentioned, I do have 5 stocks that are on my radar, and the first one that is reporting earnings on Friday is FedEx, FDX. I am going to switch over here to the weekly time frame to give you guys the whole outlook, right? Again, FedEx is one of those names, along with a bunch of other names, that is in a downtrend, right? We broke key support here at that 235, 227 level, and we bounced off this important level here at 199, right? We bounced off there, closing Friday session at 213. It does look bearish. 199 is key. It was the breakout point right here back on August 2020, and it was the highs over here back on April 2019, right? So we are testing the breakout point and the highs on 2 separate occasions, and we did receive a nice bounce here. So bulls did protect that line. But overall, that could be a temporary thing before the stock really pushes even lower, right? And earnings is the perfect catalyst for that. Again, analysts, JPMorgan, have also lowered their price targets to 297. So what I'm looking at on an earnings beat is a retest of that 227, 235 area. Again, even if we do beat, the overall outlook is bearish. So on a beat, I am looking for that 227, 235 test. And on an earnings bomb, I'm looking for that 199 area to break to retest this 178 area. Again, it was previous resistance right here. right? And now on the downside turns support. So we have a few years of data right here, guys, supporting this resistance area. So I expect 199 to hold. If it does not hold based on an earnings bomb and bearish numbers, right, we could potentially see this $178 area play out, right? We bounced the first time here at that $199 area. This is a doji candle representing a reversal. So we could possibly beat earnings and hit that 227, 235 area. But overall, in order to create a trend change on FedEx, we definitely got to get above this 256 area that I have drawn out here in green. Okay, so that is on my views on FedEx, and currently we're at a critical point at that 199 area. So keep that in mind moving forward, heading into earnings on Friday. Okay, another name that is reporting earnings on Friday is GameStop, GME. As you guys know, GME, along with AMC and all the other meme stocks, had their bubble pop, right? This is a classic bubble pop chart. We had a monster high right here back on February 2021, and ever since then, we've been trending sideways, unable to get over that 355, 350 area, and we broke trend right here at that 115 area, and we are heading lower. Unfortunately, for all those guys that are holding on to the stock, all I could say is it's pretty bearish. They report earnings on Friday. Um, all signs point to a lower move, right? All signs point to a move down here to that $77 area, which is the next area where we took off from. Right now, we are testing it, and we could potentially head even lower to that $39 level, which is on par with the majority of the analysts, right? They do have bearish targets ranging from $30 to $45. So on an earnings fail, on a bomb, we could potentially drop down to that $77 area momentarily, then head lower, completely correcting the move that we had from a year ago, right? So the move right here was that support line at that $39 level. We bounced off there. We had a push all the way to basically $350. Again, we're at those levels right now, and an earnings bomb is the perfect catalyst for us to test those levels at 77 and 39. I expect 77 to hold for quite a while, but overall, as I see from the chart, it's a classic bubble pop. We hit a top, and we have been trending sideways, and now it's reversion to the means, right? We're going to get back down to test the levels that where it technically should be at. Okay, and on a beat, again, it is still bearish, but on a beat, I am looking for a retest of that 115, 133 area here. As you guys can see, we are on the weekly chart, and we have one rejection, 2, 3, 4 rejections at that area right here. So on an earnings beat, we might have a buyer reaction hitting those 115, 133 level, but overall, we could still possibly still hit those and then trend down. Okay, so follow the trend, guys, and one of those names that is a classic bubble top, and you're definitely looking at it right now. All right, another name that is important, and it was one of the leading sectors last year, and that's the technology sector, right? QQQ is the ticker, and as you guys know, this sector has been beaten up this year, down 21% year to date. After being the leading sector last year, it recently broke trend at that 338 level, as you guys can see here. And this week we could potentially decline even more, right? That 297.50 area is an important level for me. It ultimately propelled QQQ to head to all-time highs when we bounced off here back on March 2021. So again, we broke trend at 338, and we had a bounce here at 316 a few weeks ago. We are on the weekly chart. So again, we're going to be testing that 316 area once again, and I'm going to see if buyers step in. Buyers stepped in once, however, we can't get past that $350 area. We had one rejection on that bounce, another rejection the week afterwards. So this chart does look bearish, and all signs point to us retesting this 316 level and potentially heading down lower to that 297.50 level, right? Again, it was the launching point right here, and that 297.50 area was previous resistance here back on August 2020. As you guys know, previous resistance right here on the breakout now turns into support. So definitely watch under that $316 area for a bearish entry and buying puts if you are an options trader, which is what we do at Wealthy Mentor Trading. We give these signals out. If that $316 area breaks, we definitely keep you aware of that. And it is a nice juicy opportunity to short down to that $297.50 area. Also, technicals show that we are also approaching a weekly oversold RSI, and that hasn't happened since the COVID drop. So guys, it is a great opportunity to step in on a weekly oversold. It is a major time frame, and last time we bounced from there, right? We bounced over those oversold territory and we made all-time highs. So definitely look to see if 297.50 hits and wait to see how the market reacts if there's a pop on that 297.50 area if buyers do step in. All right. So keep your eyes on the tech sector moving forward. It does look bearish. 316 is that line for me that I'm going to keep my eyes on. Another name that is important to me is CMG, right? Chipotle, here we are on the weekly time frame. And, it's one of those names that was pretty much almost a $2,000 stock. We are down 25% year to date, hovering around those June 2021 levels, right? I am watching that 1294 area, as you guys can see here. We did wick down here. This is a big candlestick right here on the weekly, right? Wicking down to that 1294 area before buyers stepped in and finishing at the very top of the candle, basically at that $1475 level. Overall, on 3 separate occasions, we have hit that area, right? There's one here, 2 wicking down past that 1441, and once more here. And it does look like it's heading lower, much like the other stocks that you see right now, all pulling back from their highs. Fundamentally speaking, Chipotle recently announced its release of Polo Asado. I guess, that's their new menu, which makes it the first chicken menu innovation in its 29-year history. So it is a big thing. So definitely that was a reaction where buyers did step in and protect that $1294 area. However, you never know, right? If 1441 can't hold on this week, we could potentially test these 1294 area once more. And if that does break, I am pretty bearish on Chipotle, right? I can see us hitting down to that 1192 area where we did have a nice consolidation and support area here before launching off and creating those all-time highs. We also have news, there's some rumors about a stock split, a potential stock split. So we could potentially drop down to test this 1192 area, and those rumors can, resurface once more on a stock split. It is a $1,500 stock as it sits right now. So it is one of those rumors that, traders like to talk about, and it could potentially happen, right? But overall, what I'm looking at going into next week is that $1441 area, right? If we cannot hold on to that $1294 area is an area of support. It has held multiple times here, and again, a bounce here. I'm watching to see if it holds once more. If it doesn't, as you guys know, I do keep Wealthy Mentor Trading members apprised of these targets, and 1192 is one of those areas that I'm going to be looking at heading into next week and moving forward. Okay, another name that did see some action, right? And that is Amazon, AMZN. And again, here we are on the weekly time frame. And if you guys were paying attention, first things first, we are down 17% year to date, right? Amazon was one of those big names that really popped off during COVID, and it sprung higher, right? Everyone was shopping online, and Amazon was the stock to basically thrive off that. It did recently announce a 20-to-1 stock split along with a $10 billion buyback, which caused a 7% spike, right? It did cause that spike after hours, but again, it wasn't sustainable, right? Here we are on the weekly time frame, and that spike pushed us all the way to $3,000. However, It could not hold that. And we are in a doji style candle here, which represents a reversal or indecision, right? We have stayed above this 2882 line for quite a while. You know, this is a big line, and to me, it is a line where if we do breach that and close below that, it does break trend, right? We have pushed down lower here and then closed above it. Again, pushed down here and closed above it. Once more last week, pushed down here and closed above it. So it is one of those, you know, really important areas to watch for Amazon, especially going into this 20-to-1 stock split. It could sell off, and what I'm going to be looking at, if we cannot hold that 2882 area, again, a shorting opportunity down to 2721 and 2623 are definitely areas that I'm going to be looking at if Amazon can't hold that trend change line, right? I'm going to call it a trend change line. And if it can't hold that, those are two areas that I'm going to be watching next week. And especially, you know, with the whole Fed decision, it could definitely spook the market with the whole interest rate hike and push this stock even lower. And my third target is that 2450 area. And I'm definitely going to be watching all these three targets in red that, as I have mentioned here, heading into the stock split. So overall, the Amazon chart is neutral. However, if we do break and close below 2882, I am bearish on Amazon, especially with the whole stock split coming up. And we could potentially drop down and test this $24.50 area, which was a big breakout point here back on May 2020. All right, guys. So those are 5 stocks that really interest me. Again, Amazon hovering around that trend change line, 2882. Watch that, along with, you know, the stock split coming up. CMG Chipotle down 25%. You know, their new menu, innovation, chicken, 29-year history, that was big. Look to see if there's follow through, buyers stepping in. If not, we could potentially down test that 1192 area. QQQ, tech sector, one of the leading sectors last year, down 21% year to date. I'm definitely watching that 297.50 area. That is major, guys. Keep that on your watch list. GME and FedEx also reporting earnings, both looking bearish, especially GME with the classic bubble pop. And we could possibly test, you know, the $30 to $40 area on GME, and FedEx doesn't look any much better, right? We could potentially break support and test that 175, 178 support, as I mentioned. All right, guys, thank you for joining. If you are interested in trading with us, don't be shy and click that link in the description. We do have that $99 promo at Wealthy Mentor Trading on Discord. Thank you so much, and good luck with your trades. See you guys. Bye.